is a great pleasure for me to be sharing with you the gist of the research that me and my team has undertaken, a rigorous process of research, and the idea was to identify what are the insights for the tech leaders for 2023, for them to navigate through the world of turbulence in a successful manner. I take this opportunity to launch the Best of Tech 2023 report, and we will be sharing a link to the digital version of this report after this event is over. So you will get access to the digital copy of this report, and you can go through the contents of this report, which I'm sure will enlighten and also may be very, very relevant for technology leaders across 16 industries. What I'm going to do in the next 15-20 minutes, as my good friend Kaushik Da suggested, is share with you a few top-line findings, some interesting insights that we as analysts have got through this report. Let me just share with you the methodology that we have used, and we have always been wanting to look for a methodology that is holistic, that is innovative, that is rigorous. And we identified that if we can capture the digital transformation journey of enterprises over a period of time and decode that in terms of what they have done and what is that they are most likely to do in the time to come, that will help us understand what kind of technology paradigms that are going to emerge. So we took 125 enterprises that represent 16 industry verticals, and we studied their annual reports over a period of 7 years from 2016 till 2022. And we also captured the online narrative that these companies have on digital transformation. It's huge amount of data, reams and reams of papers that in a digital format, of course, that our analysts went through, and they decoded that to identify the digital transformation journey of each of these enterprises. When we combined these enterprises at an industry level, we identified what is that going to happen at the industry level, and when we combined the 16 industries together, we got it at a overall broader economic or the market level. So that's an interesting methodology that we have deployed for doing this research. Very quickly, the 16 industries that have been covered, right from BFSI to manufacturing, automobile, pharma, healthcare, hospitals, media and entertainment, logistics and supply chain, retail. So we have covered almost every user industry, user of digital and information technologies. A very quick take on the business environment, and this is at a cumulative level. So if I look at the same data from the industry point of view, we will see that the industry has been doing a roller coaster ride in terms of the revenue growth, though it has shown a positive revenue growth in 2022 combined, but certain industries have been still struggling, right, like the retail, and there are other industries which have really coped well, like the BFSI and the consumer products, and there are others which are gearing to grow at a very, very fast rate in the time to come, especially the manufacturing, metals and mining, and oil and gas. So basically the industrial sector is looking up in terms of their business performance, and the same goes with the profit before tax growth. What it shows and helps us connect with is that there are three big waves that are converging together. This is a VUCA world. We have heard it umpteen number of times. However, what is making it difficult is that the three big waves of digital, the environment, and disruption are coming together and converging. It's like if I am used to surfing on one wave, it's easy. I learned the trick and I can do it successfully. And then there comes two more waves which have been in isolation with the wave on which I was surfing, but they come and from different directions and converge with the wave that I have been surfing upon. And it makes it all the more difficult, because then suddenly the battlefield becomes unknown to me, and that's what the business leaders are struggling with. The beauty of this converging is that there are ways in which these three waves have been reinforcing each other. So they're making things very, very worse. And there are ways in which they're also nullifying each other, so making it little easier. For example, digital can help tackle both environmental challenges in terms of what enterprises need to do in terms of their compliance to be more environment friendly. Digital can also look at ways in which disruption can be handled. So thanks to IT and IT leaders like you, enterprises during the pandemic were able to navigate and still continue with their day-to-day activities through a business continuity plan that was quickly put together. So I think the challenge that organizations are facing is, and these three waves are not no more theoretical, they are real. The environmental impact we can see all around us, of a city like New York freezing to the kind of geographical challenges that are happening in Josimat, or the floods that are coming is real. The disruption in terms of wildcard events like war, pandemic, and other geopolitical situations are real. Digital disruption has been there, and digital has also been helping organizations cope with these two waves. So all three waves are very, very real. What does it mean? That it creates new business imperatives. And I've been talking about these three imperatives over the last 10 years, and I really take pride in the way I have studied how these three imperatives of agility, innovation, operational efficiency, and risk management are not only evolving and maturing in their own domains, but also the challenge which was really in terms of the cusp at which these three imperatives meet. For example, how does agility and efficiency be made to work together? How can agility and risk management be made to work together? Because inherently they are competing with each other, they go in different directions. But thanks to digital, I think there are answers which have started coming in, which helps us meet these inherently competing, inherently diverging imperatives to be handled successfully. For example, let me just take one example: agility and operational efficiency. So automation helps efficiency, analytics helps speed up decision making, but when we make the systems autonomous, that provide both agility and efficiency, and not only makes it faster, but also removes the chances of making human errors. Similarly, we have risk management and agility. Autonomous systems, they can help in detecting new threats and respond with capabilities such as learning or self-healing systems. How do we build learning or self-healing systems? That is the challenge. My friend Praveen from eTech will share more on how this part can be handled. So businesses are now successfully managing the cusps of these three imperatives with the help of digital. So how do they do it? Our analysts identified 18 hot tech areas, or should I say the building blocks of digital transformation. And you will see that these 18 hot tech areas correspond to 6 layers. So there is a technology layer at the bottom, there is a data layer on top of that, then the process layer, which sits on the data layer, then there is a supply chain layer, a business layer, and an innovation, the growth platform, the innovation platform layer. that sits at the top. You will also see that there are 3 colors, and based on all 16 industries put together, we have been able to put a color in terms of what is the probability of these building blocks being addressed in the next 12 to 18 months. So if it is green, then it is a high priority for industries across sectors. If it is orange, then it is high priority for some, maybe not high priority for some others. If it is gray, then it is a low probability for most of the industries. Few industries may be doing it. So these 18 hot tech areas, or the 18 building blocks of digital transformation or business transformation, is what organizations are focusing upon. And slowly and gradually, all the 6 layers are converging together. So you cannot isolate process layer from data layer and data layer from technology layer. In a way, how a holistic focus can be put on all the hot tech, 18 hot tech areas, and they be evolved in requirement of a particular enterprise's business context, is what digital transformation journey is going to be all about. Let me take this opportunity and share with you how does the color coding work across 16 industries. And this is a very interesting slide, little busy slide, but a very interesting slide, where you will find that the 18 hot tech areas and the 16 industries have been mapped on the same page. So you will see a lot of green for some of the industries, which means they are focusing on most of these building blocks of digital transformation. Whereas there are certain industries where the work is still in progress. They are focusing on some, but some others are still work in progress. So, for example, business continuity or business process automation or sustainability and risk management, these are priorities across industries. Whereas there are other areas like open market applications or agile development and automated testing and QA, which are focused for some, moderate focus for some others, and low focus for quite a few of them. So this is how we put a kind of a perspective. You can put also numbers. Green means 65-70% of the organizations will be addressing it. Orange means 40-45% of the organizations will be doing it, and gray means 5 to 10% of the organizations will be addressing it. So that's how this chart can be read. We also developed a matrix. We call it the DX matrix. It is based upon 2 important digital transformation dimensions. One is coverage. What is the coverage of digital in the organization? Is it still focused on individuals based technologies, team based technologies, or is it being practiced by few functions, or is it enterprise wide, or is it moving beyond enterprise into open market? For example, a stock exchange would be an open market system. Similarly, what is the technology evolution? So is it a handful of applications which are working as isolated islands of automation, or is there a baseline plus, which means these islands are being connected somehow, or is it about a digital build-up on top of those applications in terms of flirting with some of these emerging technologies, or is it digital convergence, which means that these digital technologies which organizations are flirting up with are required to be connected with the baseline applications seamlessly so that they become more powerful, or is it a digital ecosystem? So these 5-point scale for both of these, if an organization is mapped on, it will find its place in the matrix. You can also take a handful of organizations in an industry and combine them and say, where is that industry going to be in terms of their digital transformation maturity. Let me now show you where are different industries being mapped on the DX matrix. So if you look at this map, bank, banking sector, NBFC, auto and insurance are the clear leaders in terms of their digital transformation maturity. The consumer products, goods, FMCG, retail, oil and gas, manufacturing process are catching up, and there are whole host of other industries which are lagging, and eventually over a period of time we hope that they will also catch up. Just converting these perspectives into numbers, and we believe that into 2023 the overall domestic IT spend will cross 300,000 crore of Indian rupees, and in terms of growth, the domestic industry will grow at 7.8%, whereas the enterprise sector will grow a tad higher at around 9%. So looking at this IT spend growth by industry, you will see that there are certain industries like manufacturing, both process and discrete, metals and mining, CPG, pharma, healthcare, logistics and supply chain, which will lead in terms of their spending growth, their IT spend growth. Okay, so I talked about the methodology, I talked about the broader perspectives, the big shifts that are happening. I also talked about how the 18 hot tech areas and mapped them across 16 industry verticals, and also talked about how does this translate into size, the numbers, the spend that industries will be doing. Now let me quickly share with you a gist in terms of a technology roadmap, the 11 predictions that we have made. My analysts and I have sat together and we identified there are 11 predictions that are in the making for 2023. The first one is, of course, I shared with you that the domestic IT spend will grow beyond 300,000 crore of Indian rupees. The second is that across sectors, there is a concerted effort in terms of identifying new growth and innovation platform. Yet we believe that most of these will remain. Will remain as explorations and will take its own time before they can mature in terms of giving the next wave of growth to the enterprises. The third is sustainability is no more a functional or a drive in isolation. Across industries, especially in auto, manufacturing, metals and mining, sustainability is being taken as a theme across the value chain. Like quality was taken as a theme 20-25 years back across the value chain, sustainability is now being identified as a drive across the supply chain. Like ERP 15, 20, 25 years back has evolved as the core of innovation for enterprises riding on the IT wave. We believe that CRM is going to evolve as the core of innovation in the time to come, as organizations prepare themselves for providing a holistic customer experience, a unified or an omni-channel experience, and driving new revenues for growth, creating new growth platforms. So we believe CRM will evolve as the core of innovation. Similarly, HRMS, though not to the extent as CRM is evolved, HRMS over a period of time will lay the foundation for change capacity. In isolation, change drive has been the digital transformation has been supported by change drive in terms of skilling people, in terms of culture change, and in terms of bringing a holistic transformation rather than just technology transformation. But we believe that with the onset of this pandemic and the challenges that organizations have gone through and the way learning systems have evolved in organizations, HRMS over a period of time will lay the foundation for change capacity. Digital industries of the future are evolving rather organically. So refineries, utilities, mines, and factories of the future will evolve through 2023, albeit in a more organic manner. Omni-channel for certain industries like CPG and retail will gain further ground, including BFSI and auto. So BFSI, auto, CPG, and retail will see a lot of investments on creating omni-channel, not just multi-channel, but omni-channel, which is a consistent experience across channels. Supply chain dots are connecting together in terms of creating a holistic resilience and sustainability for the entire value chain. We believe data capabilities will grow. So long we have been talking about data is the new oil, but little organizations were doing in terms of mining, exploring and utilizing this oil for gainful growth. So the time has come when organizations are putting the foundations for data capability in terms of data engineering automation and in terms of creating the right data for use cases of analytics, AI, ML across the value chain. Cybersecurity 3.0, which is a more holistic version of cybersecurity, more automated and I would say autonomous version of cybersecurity, and also creating resilience in terms of the speed to detect and respond. That will take further shape in 2023, and cloud will go broad-based. Cloud is not just used for infrastructure, rather it is also being used now for applications as well as development environments. Though cloud native strategy is prominent in few industries like banking, NBFC and insurance, but for most of the industries a cloud enabled strategy where they are migrating albeit organically to cloud across infrastructure applications and development is happening, maybe at different pace in different sectors, but cloud will remain a prominent point of action for industries. So that's what all I wanted to share. These 11 predictions or the trends that we believe will evolve in 2023 will become prominent for the IT users, and the more they invest on these areas, the more successful they will be in terms of making digital as a mainstay of their organization strategy.